Alright guys, so I figured I'd get you a video, hopefully a quick one, on some of the updates and trash finds I've found. I don't really have much in the way of a monthly trash haul to date, but I do have a little bit that I can show off to you guys. So I've also got over here a couple more trash finds. The first one being this Tecumseh yard machines, which the bag is right over there. It's one of those bags with the hard plastic top on it. So this thing does have compression, but it needs a little bit of work. The blade brake cable is pretty well broken off, but I might be able to use the one off of this mower because I was going to repurpose this motor onto that deck. But this one, it's a typical Tecumseh, so it's probably going to need, you know, a new carburetor put on and probably all sorts of other stuff gone through it. But the deck's complete other than a missing wheel, which I've got plenty of those. And hopefully this one should be a good runner. I think I did check the compression on this by pulling the blade brake back by hand and pulling the rope, and I think it had a good amount, so hopefully that'll work out. And then we have this one, which is a MTD Murray, one of the two, but it's got one of those Chinese clone of a clone motors on it, and I've got the tank too. Now this thing actually does have good compression, really good compression, and this was I think this was a 2008. Yes, it is. Data manufacturers 2008. So this thing's got compression. It is complete. It did look like the guy tried to fix this thing himself for whatever reason, because he had the carburetor and the air filter box off, and I put them back on there just to kind of, you know, get it complete and have it in one piece, so to speak. But that's what I've got going on with this one. Now this one needs a new tank vent valve, which I guess it's there in case you tip the motor over. I have no idea, but there's supposed to be a little valve that goes here, and I had to order that. I was also able to source a new beauty cover for the top, as well as the sticker that goes with it. And there was one more thing that I got for this thing. Can't remember what it was, but I did order a few parts for this lawnmower, and I'm just waiting on them. They're unfortunately all on back order, so they're about a month out, unfortunately. So it's going to take me probably until early to mid-May until I can get this thing going. Now for the time being, I could throw another motor onto this deck, but I don't think I will, because this thing has the choke thing built into the handle. That's going to be a lot easier on me just to wait for the parts to come in, fix this thing up, get it going, and get it sold as it is. So I'm not really too worried about that. I've got plenty of mowers to mess with and work on, so I'm not really going to put too much work into getting this thing ready ahead of time. But everything else seems to be okay on it, and hopefully I can get this thing going. I will say this much: I do not like those, you know, those clone of a clone Honda motors, and they've always got these stickers on them, or they've got the 10W30 sticker on here somewhere, but there's all the information of it. I'm really not a fan of these things. Not because they're not okay motors for what they are. I mean, just kind of part of the reasons why I don't like messing with these is they're not the easiest to find parts for. New carburetors for this are, Jesus, they're expensive. Like 40-50 bucks for a new carburetor for one of these, and I haven't even been able to find a carb kit for one. So hopefully I can just clean that carb out and use it as it sits. And then this morning I went out and trash picked a couple mowers. Yeah, both of these are in pretty piss poor condition. I mean, the decks and the wheels are okay. The bag for this Toro is right there. I didn't get a bag with this Craftsman, but this one's a 2010 model, and that's a 2009, if you can believe that. Both of these mowers are easily north of 300 bucks brand new, and you know, it just amazes me. People just let their stuff go to shit and they don't even care. But anyways, so I don't know the state of the motors on these. I know for a fact I've got plenty of parts for these that I can hopefully piecemeal at least one of them back together. That bearing in mind that the motors are in decent enough condition to do so. I would like to get this Toro fixed back up, and surprisingly it is complete as well, at least as far as the carburetor and the air filter box are concerned. I didn't even look, and it is auto choke, which I knew that just because of this linkage that's over here on the exhaust valve. But yeah, it just amazes me, boys, it really does. And they even took the damn pulley cover off. Oh, that's irritating. So there's no belt, the pulley cover's off, and you know what, I didn't even check to see if the damn blades were on these. Let me get them out of the truck real quick and we'll go from there. And so they're out of the truck now. I guess we can start with the Craftsman. Craftsman, I don't know which one's going to need more work or less, to be very honest, but they're both in about the same condition. But the Craftsman, the brake cable is busted off. I might have another couple of those somewhere. The self-propelled still seems to engage, so I haven't pulled the cover off just yet. But both of these still do have the blades on them. This one, I believe, still has the belt. And yeah, it does have the belt. I did look at that. But this one's going to need... How in the... What the hell? How stupid do you have to be? You gotta be shitting me. They pulled the whole recoil assembly off of there. Yep, that's exactly what they did. They ripped it clean out. How stupid are these people? They ripped it clean out of there. All they had to do, if they really wanted the stupid starter recoil, was just drill out the pop rivets. No, they literally ripped this thing out. What in the actual fuck? Oh man, there are some real class acts in this world, that's for sure. Holy shit. So it's gonna need a new recoil, which I clearly have a new one. I have no idea if either of these motors have compression, and they pilfered the spark plug out of this one. I don't know why. They did the same thing with this one. Surprisingly, both of the carburetors and air hats are still there. Surprisingly, the gas tanks are still there, but they pilfered the caps off both of the gas tanks. I don't know what these people were thinking. I mean, I guess it shouldn't surprise me because, you know, like I said, these are $300 plus lawnmowers, and they let them go to shit, and then they, you know, tear them up like this. I mean, it shouldn't surprise me, but, you know, sometimes I never cease to be amazed with the amount of stupidity that people seem to exhibit with, you know, yard equipment. But then again, you know, this is a hobby for me, and it's something that, you know, I enjoy doing, but I know not everybody has the same opinions on this stuff as I do, as far as the regular consumer goes. So, you know, to them, it's not a big deal. They just go out and buy another one, spend another $300, or in this case, you know, they buy two mowers in about the same amount of time, 2010, 2009, 600 bones plus with tax, and then they just, you know, go out and buy a new one when these take a shit. I don't get it. I don't understand it, and it's going to make my brain hurt if I try and think about that a little bit longer. But I don't know. I'm going to just see how far with these I can get. This one, sans the stuff that's removed from the motor, and this cover that's supposed to be there with the belt, I actually thought this one was the least complete. It is going to need, definitely need a, well, Jesus, it still works. Look at that. What in the hell was wrong with these people? I have never seen a lawnmower as jury-rigged as these ones are, for how new they are. Old ones, yeah, sure, you get cheap, and you know, it is what it is, but I've never seen a newer mower like either of these, just, you know, the way they are. I've never seen this before. I'm amazed that even works. But hopefully I can at least get one of these going. I really don't know, like I said, the state of the motors on them. And I've got some somewhat bad news. So you guys see the cylinder piston head there. Notice how it's kind of cocked to the side. Not supposed to do that. Really not supposed to move around inside like that. So it's very likely that the side of the piston is broken off. A lot of carbon deposit there, but I don't know if this thing is worth going too much further with. I might be able to save it if I take it apart and maybe take the piston out of that one if that one's too screwed up or whatever, but we'll see. Well, so this one seems to be in better condition inside. I'm not seeing anything horrible as far as the piston goes. It is making some sort of noise. I don't know if that's, you know, the blade or something, you know, below the deck, but this one might be savable. And if there's something wrong internally with this one, but the piston's okay, and that's all that's wrong with that one, I might be able to make that one work with parts from this one. But we'll have to see.